game. 428 Shibuya Scramble. Just before we start, can you check where's the headphones? Why don't you guys give me a test on the volume of the mic and see how it's sounding, and if I need to turn it down or turn it up. I love it. This is some nice peaceful music. Where's the fizz? Because I want to grab myself something. I got these. Like, check these out. Nice catch. Sorry, I blocked it.
You blocked his catch.
They're like
milkshake straws.
Yeah, magic straws, but with some very interesting flavours.
Orange fruit, sour cherry banana, fruity syrup, creamy chocolate.
This one changes flavour when you drink it.
Yeah.
It starts forest fruit, then goes cherry, then goes banana.
That is good.
That is weird. They don't sound great to me. However, I'm having trouble knowing what to write. Should I put a name? Or say Google or Cambi now? Or
Maybe. I'd say just put that, like.
I think definitely turn it down a bit.
Okay. So is it quite loud sounding? How's that? Also, I should start it because we don't know how to sound with dialogue, because that's the main thing which gets messed up.
Can't hear you.
Wait, you can't hear me?
it's got headphones on, baby.
Oh, right. Yeah, but you can hear me via the stream, it's just delayed.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like
No, as in, like, I can't hear you here. I can't hear you because of these.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's fine. I was getting really confused, but it's because I got both of them playing, so I hear the other from both
and a
cameras.
real
Oh, okay.
And a real life volley kind of.
So how is it?
So just that one on? Yeah, sounds fine.
Cool.
That's good.
Alright, new game. Let's see what this has to offer. Oh, have you posted the link?
I'm just doing it.
Cool. Post it in Facebook, and if you go to my Discord, I have a few chats, but just the first couple of ones, put it in promotions. Rain can do that because she knows which ones to put it in. Like, oh, sorry, Discord.
I know to do Discord,
Yeah, you handle Discord bits.
I don't know.
Alright, I'm excited for this. I'm excited. I've also got some food and stuff for later. I'm probably going to order pizza at some point.
At some point, yeah.
Alright, new game? Or should I wait until we share the links?
And the link is...
What time is it?
in the comments.
What time is it?
It's 7:45.
Okay, let's maybe wait till 8 to start and get sharing the links.
I should do this much better.
But yes, should be some fun. I like Spike Chunsoft. So far I've been in quite a good company. I haven't played a Spike Chunsoft game I don't like. They do both Danganronpa and bizarrely Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, which are two very different games.
What's called the other one we like, the boat one and stuff.
Oh yeah, the 999. That would be a fun game to play.
We've already played it though. Like, we played it a lot.
Yeah, true. To be fair, Ren, you could post the promotions using your phone. Like, if you get the link, you can go to Discord and do it.
Yeah.
Because then it's saving time.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if it's a little
It
bit.
should be fine.
I just put it on the door because if anyone was going to complain, we have some explanation.
Yeah.
Is that...
I'd say that's fine, yeah.
What should I put?
That's the one who's that police going to that party.
Yeah.
Maybe put, like, your number in there? So they can please text us if we're being too loud.
Or, yeah, just text if there's any problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I apologise, there will be quite a lot of me coughing up phlegm and spitting it into a bin, as is the nature of cystic fibrosis. Same way how you'll see me taking my meds about like 8 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you will see him take his meds.
Because at that point I'll probably ask someone else to take over stream and do some shit.
We should explain all your meds, and then we're like,
Oh, I'm going to, yeah. But
how
that's,
much of a pain in the ass it is to have CF.
yeah. So we'll use it as a learning experience. But yeah, I apologise if you don't like the sound of coughing up phlegm, because you're in a stream for CF, so... It's very peaceful music, isn't it? I can't load game because there's no game to load. Where's my phone? I should probably have that on me. Where is it? There it is. Just because that might come useful. It's a shame really that it has to be all PS4. Just because
Yeah, like, if you want to do this again, we could probably get more equipment to be able to do it a bit.
yeah, I definitely want to do it again.
What you do is you need an encoder that sits between whatever it is in the TV, takes the HDMI, and then just uploads that signal straight away.
Yeah. Oh, we just got a new sponsor.
What, money?
Yep.
Hell yeah.
My mum. £10. So put that in the most recent sponsor.
Cool.
Thank you, Amy.
Thanks, Mum. Much appreciated. With the message of "Go Ollie go, that's my boy, great idea." So thank you for your support. Have you shared the links in the Discords?
No, I'm doing this.
Okay. I wait. I could. Oh, I'm so.
Don't worry too much. Like,
I'm so dumb. I have a phone. I was.
yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about the gaming ones because they are linked in the video description.
That is
People
true.
watching this will click through to it.
That is very true.
Presumably, every time you do a stream, it pops up on your Facebook anyway.
Yeah, it should
So
do.
it is just the Discord one people hop on, but yeah, it's probably easier just to say we've got another stream going and post the main link, I guess.
That's weird. For some reason, the Silver Sucks at 24-hour live stream for CF is showing up
The other what?
like after, like there's like a bunch of ones in between it. Weirdly.
That's just how it's
Yeah.
doing. Like it's fine. It comes at the top 2 on here.
Cool.
It's recent donation updated.
What I'll do, Ollie,
Mhm.
I'll give these two to upstairs neighbours and I'll text Catherine downstairs.
Good idea.
Yeah. Because I have her number.
Alright. Link shared. 10 minutes to. I don't really want to spend 10 minutes just doing nothing. Because I don't want the stream to think that we're just playing the music, which sometimes happens if you're on one spot for too long. So shall we?
Okay. I wonder why the video was noisy, but when there's no one talking, it's a bit noisy because it's trying to compensate, but it's fine. So talking is good because it makes the audio better. So
Okay, cool. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So shall we?
go for it.
New game. Select a bookmark to save to. Free. Let's be weird. Do you want the guide to gameplay to be displayed? We recommend that first-time players select yes. Yes. Now saving. Please do not turn off the system.
So, do you want to say what you know about this game, Ollie?
Literally nothing. This story is a work of fiction. Names, characters, places, and incidents are products of the author's imagination or are used fictitiously. Any resemblance to any actual person or the usual stuff. It's weird seeing Spike Chunsoft like a fucking movie logo.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
How's the sound sounding? Is it too loud? Oh. Narumi Kono, Kosi Amano, Yuto Nakamura. Yeah, I just did. I guess this is the credits. Fumino Katagawa, Takuji, I can't read this fast enough. Cool. We're going there. What's the point? That'd be cool to go there afterwards. I love there's always like Japanese names just Jack Woodyard. Japan really does look very cool. Yeah. The theme song is called The World Doesn't Change So Easy. It's very reminiscent of like, what's it called? Like old-timey cop shows.
Yeah.
Kind of like Archer almost.
Even the Panera is yellow.
Well, it's subtitled, so. Is that our character? A guy tied up in the back of a van. Wait, did it just blow up? It was very hard to tell if it did or not. When was the last time you seen a full motion video game in 2017?
I don't think I've ever played one.
No.
The same, actually. I'm very excited to see where this goes. Oh, I get to pick my character. As you play through the game, the various mechanics will be explained. In 428, you follow the stories of multiple protagonists at once. Your decisions impact their experiences as you read the story. What does the day hold in store? Their fate is in your hands. Hopefully, you can see them all through to the end. To start, you have two characters, Shinya Kano and Achi Endo. Let's begin by checking out Kano's story. This is so weird. Alright, so this guy looks like a businessman. And this guy, is it a guy? I can't tell. Looks kind of like a punk. Alright, let's see what this businessman has to do. Just 2 more minutes to go. Shinya Kano noted the time again on his watch, scowling at the slow creep of the second hand. The time was 9:58 a.m. Furrows of consternation creased his forehead. He wasn't nervous, but he knew better than to expect everything to go smoothly. Keeping a level head was proving rather difficult. There was no room for failure. Lives were on the line here. He eyed his surroundings. Was the perp really going to show up? It's so bizarre seeing a game like this. When? Where would he be coming from? How would he make his approach? The Shibuya Scramble was as packed as ever. A throng of people crossing this way and that, blissfully unaware of the dozens of detectives hidden in its mist. Alright, so we're a detective. Alright, another minute and a half. Kano glanced down at his watch yet again. A mere 30 seconds had passed. Detective Kano had been with the enforcement army of Shibuya's Criminal Affairs section for a year now, but he'd never been part of an operation this big before. He eyed the young woman standing beside the statue up ahead. She was small enough to get lost in the crowd, and she carried a nondescript attache case. Hitomi Osawa, aged 19. The attaché case in her hand contained a full 50 million yen in cash. Yesterday, her twin sister Maria had been kidnapped. This was the ransom payment. The culprit had called Hitomi last night at home, referring to her by name and telling her to wait by the statue of Hachiko in Shibuya.
Hachiko!
It was almost time, but nothing. Kano was staring fixedly at the second hand of his watch when a homeless man sitting on the sidewalk murmured just loud enough for him to hear.
Oh, can you like slightly back? Hey!
Oh, that's good. I just realized the...
Shall I... Wait, is this kind of talking to himself?
No, it's a homeless man.
Shall I be the homeless man?
Sure.
Come on, kiddo, quit looking at your watch so much. What if the kidnapper sees you?
Kano tried to look nonchalant as he lifted his eyes, but the scruffy character continued.
You're too nervous. Just relax already.
You're the one acting suspicious, Sasayama. Kano frowned. Wait, I should do like more like a proper gruff detective kind of thing. Why would some homeless guy be talking to me? Yuji Sasayama was the senior officer of Shibuya's precinct, Criminal Affairs Division, 5 years older than Kano. Some words and phrases in the text appeared blue. These are called tips. Press square to underline a tip, then press X. This will let you read some extra info relating to that word or phrase. There are tips containing general knowledge and ones that are 428 specific. These are marked with a clue and a 428 respectively. So this is 428. Official name, Shibuya Central Precinct. Responsible for the safety of approximately 200,000 people in the 32 neighbourhoods, including Uhara.
Oh god, you really don't read all those. Don't read all
I can't read those. But there's a lot. You can read them. I'll give you time.
One's called Shoto.
They can pause it if they want to read.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of names. We're going to really struggle to ask a cabbie where to go. He always went a little overboard with the disguises.
So his chief was dressed as a homeless man.
You didn't get that?
No. I haven't been paying attention. I was doing stuff.
He claimed it was all a part of the job, but word around the station was he just liked playing dress up. Hey pal.
Hey, that's me.
That's you.
Hey pal, spare some change.
Sasayama lurched to his feet and shuffled in close to Kano. Hey, knock that off. Fittingly from apart, Sasayama reeked pretty badly.
Wow, he's a method actor.
That's you.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Well, ain't so suspicious now, huh?
I'm going to keep my Gmail up in case more people donate.
Cool.
He clung to Kano with mock camaraderie, despite the younger man's attempt to pull away.
Oh wait, that's you.
Come on, Sasayama, cut it out. Sasayama's blithe confidence rattled Kano's nerves. Of course, there was a good reason for that confidence.
I can't believe there's hours in this game.
This was Kano and Sasayama's jurisdiction. They had positioned a good distance from the handoffs to take place.
Ooh.
Let's see what it says. It seems to be general knowledge.
Is this telling us what a jurisdiction is?
A particular region over which an organisation or a member thereof has control or authority. Yeah, refers to under the jurisdiction of various police precincts. Basically, it's just saying they there.
It's just telling you what a jurisdiction is.
But since many officers wind up needing to work with both, the outright rivalry between the two isn't as notable as the TV dramas may make it seem.
Is that a picture of Hachiko, like what we're leaning against?
No, it's reflected in the mirror.
Is it?
No, it's a picture of Hachiko.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
Oh,
like
right,
an
yeah,
advert.
yeah.
So that's the Hachiko statue.
Yeah.
Sorry, carry on.
The statue of Hachiko was surrounded by elite investigations, one from one of HQ's special investigation teams. Sometimes two or more tips will appear on a single screen. Press square repeatedly to change which words are underlined. Highlight the tip you wish to read and press X. Keep pressing square or press circle to return to reading the story. Alright, that's what it says about the statue of Hachiko.
Oh, I know about Statue of Hachiko.
Oh, that's cool.
Aww.
Bronze statue of a dog erected in 1934. The dog was famous for loyally waiting for its absent master.
We're gonna go visit that, won't we?
Yeah.
For people who are watching the stream, me and Oliver go to Tokyo in May, and
Yep.
Hachiko is one of the things we're gonna see.
Yeah. Well known as a meet-up spot outside of Shibuya Station, other popular meet-up spots at the station are the display car for the original Tokyo 5000 series, commonly known as the Green Frog, and the Moe statue by the west entrance. Oh, that's an actual thing.
No way. It's a cute girl, Ollie.
HQ. Here refers to the Metropolitan Police Department, the Tokyo police station responsible for managing 101 precincts within the city. Japan's largest police organization, in addition to policing Tokyo, has various other duties and authorities for maintaining public order in the capital.
We're learning a lot about it.
Yeah.
You don't need to go to Tokyo.
I know, we don't, do we?
Kano and his partner were just there to provide backup if the kidnapper attempted to flee. Which one's that?
It's probably me, I reckon.
Yeah.
Look, just try to relax, we'll be fine.
Susayama gave him a wink. A moment later, the radio squawked in Kano's ear. I'll do this one.
Yeah, do a different voice.
Alright everyone, it's time. Keep your eyes open. Oh, that does not fit that guy at all. The voice coming in from the earpiece was Koji Kuzu, HQ's operations director. So, the individual responsible for directing the investigation in the event of a serious crime. If a task force is set up, the operations director is the one who resumes command. TV dramas and other fictional accounts often feature some young prodigy from the MPD as operations director, but in reality, the position usually goes to a proven veteran.
I feel like we're learning a lot about Japanese police dramas, which I'm assuming none of us have ever seen a Japanese police drama.
I don't know, look at Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
That's not Japanese.
Well, no, but they have the whole precinct wars and often Jake gets put in charge.
True, they do have precinct wars in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Actually, no, yeah, they literally have that because there's the thing where he's like, Jake, you.
Just said where can I fit?
That's nice. But yeah, he's like, Jake, I'm going to put you in charge of this operation despite your low experience. So yeah, they do that a lot in police dramas in general. We don't know when the perp is going to make contact. Don't let your guard down. I picked definitely the wrong voice for this. Oh, Kuze's low, gravelly voice echoed in Kano's ear. Okay, I'll just do a gravelly version in Kano. Like this. You don't sound too worried, Kuze. Kano winced at Sasayama's words. How can a man be so nonchalant? The appointed time had come and gone. Something should be happening. Whap! Kano smacked himself on the thigh to release a little tension. The sound was louder than he intended, but the suit hid his muscular physique. It did little to dampen the noise. He needed to stay focused. He might be called to action at any moment.
Let's go sex you.
The department handled abduction cases according to a certain... Sorry. I could move the chair back more, but I need to adjust the camera then.
Yeah, move it like that. There you go.
But because you don't forget there's a camera on me as well.
Oh, you mean the little camera?
Yeah.
The big camera's fine.
Yeah. It's a bit too much.
Do you like it? Sam, it looks like Ollie's dead. The top right, and he's looking over us. it's like he's in the room.
The department handled cases according to a certain standard investigation procedure.
I could just sit here.
Yeah. Was it an attempt to extort money? Was the motive something personal? The answer to that question determined how they deal with a criminal. And based on the investigation's initial findings this time around, they probably weren't dealing with a professional kidnapper. Still, in all likelihood, it was someone with quite a long rap sheet. Probably someone who knew the family, but so far they had a few leads on who might bear such a grudge.
So, sorry, I missed the beginning. Who's been kidnapped?
We don't know.
Male, female?
We don't know. As in, this is you didn't miss the beginning.
Oh, this is literally the beginning?
Yeah, you came in before the end credits finished.
We're just hanging out with our cookie boss.
With the situation so unclear, the plan was to apprehend whoever came to make the handoff on sight. If the culprit ran with the money, there'd be no guarantee of the hostage's well-being. Still nothing.
That's me. Still nothing.
Sasayama muttered.
There he is!
Who is it? There he is. He's here. Yeah, exactly.
Well, it was that guy. This is great.
Kuze broke in, and his voice speaking to an excited chirp. Kuze's particular voice quirk, whenever he gets overly flustered, excited or panicked, he slips into a childish register, found to babbling and pitching his voice, so it's...
have fun doing that, Ollie.
So it's... He's here! Something's a young man in the middle of his 20s, wearing a bandana and orange hoodie. Oh. Kuze, normally calm and stoic, was now squawking was now squawking like an excited child. But it only happened when he got particularly worked up. Kano and Sasayama steeled themselves.
This is hilarious.
Oh, isn't Matt the guy? The other guy you can play as?
Oh, is it?
Yeah. They could see the subject now. A 20-something male nonchalantly approaching Hitomi to talk to her. Alright, people, be ready to grab this guy. Kuze was stationed in the mobile command center not far from the intersection, keeping tabs on the situation via video surveillance from a camera team. The young man started speaking enthusiastically to Hitomi. The detectives watched uncertain. Was this really the kidnapper? We get to this.
Oh, the options.
So, you'll encounter selections like these during the story. These choices will change the lives of other people in addition to changing your own fate. Use the D-pad to make the choice, then press X. The current choice will not impact you or any of the other protagonists, alright?
So this is an example.
Yeah, so that's got to be him. Scanter took a step forward when he hesitated.
Or B, the situation still wasn't entirely clear. He needed to take a better look at things.
I don't think he's the kidnapper.
I'm thinking B. What do you think, Sam?
I'm thinking D.
A is a bit too,
Right.
He hadn't done anything.
The situation still wasn't entirely clear. He needed to get a better look at things. The newcomer held a bundle of letter-sized paper which he showed to Hitomi as he went on talking. He tried to hand her one of the papers, but she pointedly ignored him. Undeterred, the man kept trying to foist it off on her. Hitomi refused to respond, becoming as motionless as the statue of Hachiko behind her.
Until disassociating with her.
Until finally the man gave up and walked away.
Look at her face.
Yeah.
Like... I love Sasayama's my favourite so far. Guess it wasn't him.
Kano felt the tension of a moment linger in his spine. Guy must... Oh,
Wait.
it's you.
Guy must have been hitting on her.
What's the... Succeeding at meeting someone on the fly like this takes a special knack. Looks are also important. Sometimes, of course, a person is trying to get your attention out of nowhere. Is just trying to make a sales pitch for a product on no nearby establishment. At first glance, it isn't always easy to tell the difference.
I mean, she's pretty cute and all.
He had a point.
She didn't look cute to me. She was just blank.
Well, of course. Oh, that's you.
No, of course.
Something in Sasayama's voice made Kano brace himself.
She's got nothing on my Me-chan.
I'm just picturing like a little Nintendo Me. Me-chan was Sasayama's wife, but he got married just last month.
Let me tell you, Kano, married life is the best. You gotta hurry up and give it a try for yourself. You know what, Sasayama? I got married last month. It's pretty cool.
This was Sasayama's favourite topic lately, and Kano was getting more and more fed up with it. Sasayama, come on, just knock it off, okay? The phrase had become a common refrain for him, of his, since the department parted them.
Fine, fine. Let's talk about your girlfriend then.
Huh? Now? You can't be serious. Sasayama leaned in close again.
What's she like?
We are not having this conversation. Kano muttered, looking away.
Oh, come on.
Sasayama set his hand in Kano's chest, still playing the homeless troublemaker.
What is with Kano's hair?
He's supposed to look homeless, isn't he?
Pardon?
He's supposed to look homeless.
No, Kano.
Oh. It's like anime.
Yeah, but it's like... That's horrible. It's like a mullet.
It's like a mullet,
Like
but
that-
bangs. A bang mullet.
Kind of like Satayama, he's meant to look homeless.
That's you.
He doesn't look that homeless.
No. Show me your
Got another
phone. Let me look at your lock screen. Oh.
Huh?
I hope it's an anime girl. Satayama paused for the phone. You got a picture of your girl on your lock screen, yeah?
I do not. But he did. It was scary how on the mark Sasayama's instincts were. Hey, cut that out. We're in the middle of an investigation.
I am investigating.
Sasayama chuckled as he plucked the phone from Kano's pocket. His face scrunched up with astonishment as he looked at the lock screen.
The heck is this?
It's not...
Ain't that Masami Nagahama? Ooh.
A national star, tends to play the heroine on national morning soap operas or in national historical dramas. Her songs have been a series of national hits, and she's even slated to host the year-end national singing competition program. Everything about her is national.
Oh.
Kano realised he had to bite the bullet. No, that's my girlfriend. Her name's Rumi, and she's... Sasayama cut him off.
You're telling me that ain't Masami Nagahama, the famous actress? Because this right here is Masami Nagahara.
Like I said.
You sly old dog. Trying to make it look like you're dating Masami Nagahama.
I'm not. I mean, I guess Rumi does kind of look like her. Sasayama let out a huff.
For real? You really think I'm gonna fall for that?
There's no one to fall for, I swear. Sasayama scowled, unconvinced.
Alright, then why don't you marry her?
Kano stammered, but he had no answer. The truth was, he would have happily married her already, but there were obstacles that needed to be overcome.
Like the fact she's a national soap star.
That's weird. Okay, playtime's over. Let's focus on the job. Sasayama...
that was actually Sasayama.
Sasayama handed back Kano's phone and turned his gaze back to Hitomi. Kano let out a quick, uneasy sigh, but his shoulders did feel looser. Maybe Sasayama had been trying to relieve a bit of the tension. Maybe he should be grateful.
I love Sasayama. He's great. He's hilarious.
By now, several minutes had passed since the guy with the papers had gone away. He peered at Hitomi, the strain on her face was visible. In addition to the weight of the attaché case itself, the 10,000 yen bills it held weighed close to 6 kilos. Her slender arms must have been getting tired. Still, she refused to set the case down. She wasn't taking any chances with her sister's life. The kidnapping case had begun the day before, at about 7 p.m. This is the MPD dispatch. The Shibuya precinct is responding to...
Sam. Let Sam be the voice.
Do you want to be this voice?
This is MPD dispatch. The Shibuya precinct is reporting a missing person, believed to be an abduction.
The guy was a former radio DJ, and he just thought this was similar. In Japanese law, the act of indirectly luring or deceiving someone into control of a third party is known as kidnapping. Wow!
You learned something new every day.
Using forcible threats of violence to achieve the same result, known as... actually, that is interesting. Using forcible threats or violence to achieve the same results is known as abduction. That is actually interesting. So that's the difference.
So if you just take them as kidnapping, but if you force them, like threaten them.
Subject is...
No, it is Sam.
Oh, yeah.
Subject is Mary Osawa, a 19-year-old student at Midoriyama Academy, last seen at the Ella Diner near campus. A man was allegedly seen forcing her into a car nearby. All officers in the vicinity report to the scene at once.
Kano and Sasayama had been working a burglary case in Jinguku's 5th district when they got the call. The two arrived at the LL Diner at 7:15 p.m. At roughly the same time, several other officers showed up to secure the area, blocking off entry to nearby roadways and monitoring the surrounding establishments. Inside the restaurant, Kano and Sasayama were met by the girl who's reported the kidnapping. It was the victim's twin sister, Hitomi.
Oh.
Could you tell us about when Maria was taken, starting from the very beginning? Kano said, keeping his voice low.
Well, she's got that blank expression.
Do you want to do that?
My sister and I, we were supposed to go to a party together today.
Hitomi was trembling, her voice hoarse.
But I messed up the time. I showed up right... I don't know how to do a horse voice. I showed up right at 7 and half an hour later than I was supposed to.
So Maria had gone alone to the party, a mixer for locals and exchange students. Hitomi, arriving late, had showed up just in time to glance through a restaurant window and see her sister getting shoved into a car. She described the vehicle as a blue station wagon of Japanese make. Why Oh, that's you.
Why? Why would something like this happen to her?
Hitomi held back her tears, but she was shaking all over. Did you get a look at the kidnapper?
Yes, it was a man, middle-aged. Ooh, it's a white guy.
There was another eyewitness, Leyland Palmer. He identified himself as a lecturer at Hitomi and Maria's school.
Oh, that can be you, Sam. Gonna be Leyland.
I saw too. It's like Hitomi said. I heard Hitomi cry out, and so I went to the window to look.
He's behind it.
And
his Japanese was halting, as if he hadn't been in the country very long.
And I think that maybe the kidnapper was working alone.
Leyland explained that he'd seen the man shove Maria into the back seat, then clamber into the driver's seat. Oh, hold on, we got new donations. It should say who it is on the thing, doesn't it?
Oh, we've had Catherine and Coralie.
Cool. Update the
Catherine's neighbour downstairs.
Aw.
Oh, thank you, Catherine and Coralie.
15 from Coralie,
Oh.
and
Measure your thumbs before and after. You owe it to science. That's from Catherine.
Really?
Yeah.
nice. So, how many do you think we can fit with the recent? Is it just one? I think it's just one.
No, there's two. It says top donation, recent donation.
Yeah, that's saying we can't really fit more than one person on recent donation, but we mentioned them, so that counts. Lennon explained that he'd seen the man shove Maria into the back seat and clamber into the driver's seat. If he had an accomplice, wouldn't they have been driving? Neither Hitomi nor Leyland had gotten a look at the suspect's face. Kano was interviewing others who had been on the scene, looking for other potential witnesses when his phone rang. It was Yoshio Kajiwara, one of the senior detectives. We've set up a task force for the investigation. Get back to the station once you have a handle on the situation there. Barely half an hour passed between the time the kidnapping was reported and the time the task force began operation. Roughly 150 people working on the case in the Shibuya Precinct's conference room. The main force of the work is HQ's first Special Investigations Unit. Additionally, other detective sections as Riot Squad and investigations from neighbouring precincts have been assembled.
They've assembled a riot squad for a kidnapping. I think Japanese police don't have much time on their hand.
When Kano and Sasayama got back to the precinct station, Kuzu had already arrived from HQ. He informed them that a response team would be formed to investigate the victim's home. In a case where someone has been abducted for ransom, it is often difficult to resolve a situation without cooperating with the victim's family, but the family can also be a hindrance in making an arrest. To help guide the family's action, a response team was assembled and stationed at a victim's home, led by an investigator with proper training. Kano could feel a particular tension in the air. Unfamiliar MPD detectives scurried to and fro around the Shibuya office. He pulled one of them aside to get a quick update. An hour had now passed since the kidnapping. There had been one new development. The perpetrator had made a threatening call to the victim's home. He said the following. Tomorrow, 10 a.m.
Ollie, it's going to be threatening now.
Tomorrow. Wait, no, the most threatening voice I can do.
That was a good threatening voice.
Tomorrow, 10 a.m. by Hachiko in Shibuya.
That's terrifying.
Have a sister, Hitomi, bring the 50 million yen. If not, the girl's life is forfeit. I hope I don't have to threaten anyone on the phone if they watch this. We're just like, Ollie? You're like, no.
Can I have a large pizza? Oh, look, he's eating a banana.
Kajiwara from the precinct was put on the response team, along with detectives from elsewhere who'd received special training in abduction cases. Normally, a local precinct detective wouldn't have gone undercover in a victim's home. Kuze, however, had decided that having a knowledgeable local was crucial and had sent Kajiwara along. The detectives disguised themselves as delivery people and the movers to make their way inside without arousing suspicion, arriving there at 8:30. The response team had come prepared to run a trace if the kidnapper contacted the family a second time. The act of pinpointing the source of an incoming phone call, but For police are not allowed to do this independently without oversight. They must go through a formalised process that includes securing or operation of the phone company. In the past, conducting the trace itself would take time, but nowadays, the crime location can be practically instantaneous.
This is actually really interesting.
Yeah, I always thought it had to take time. I guess it's changed. But there are no further calls.
I imagine GPS in most phones is like logged into the phone call somehow now as well.
Yeah. Kano checked his watch again. 20 minutes had now passed. It's the time designated for a ransom handoff. The kidnapper had yet to appear.
Sam, you know the page, the Virgin Money page? Has it got a link to this video?
What, it has or doesn't?
Does it? I've been sending this page, the Just Giving page to people, right?
Yeah, it might
Like
be
Catherine and my
an idea.
dad just asked?
Yeah, maybe just put the link to this stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the remember it's like a chain of
I'll see if I can. Oh yeah, I can edit it because I'm the commission.
yeah. Crap, you think we might have spooked him? He wondered aloud. Oh, you
Oh, sorry. Am I crap?
no, you're the haystack arm.
Hey, stay calm.
Sashiyama scanned the passing throng.
He's just playing with us. I don't know why I said that on this voice.
Why did this guy even pick this place? Kano voiced the question he'd been asking himself since they'd heard the kidnapper's demands.
Oh, so that was yesterday, now we've gone back to present day.
Yeah.
That sounds a bit dumb.
Sashiyama shrugged.
Figured he must want to blend in with the crowd, nab the money and disappear before anyone knows he's here, would be my guess.
In that case, why not pick Shinjuku or Ginza?
Shinjuku's where we're staying, Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
The big crowd didn't just benefit the kidnapper after all. It was allowed the police to use the sea of people to conceal their own operation. Right now, there are 50 detectives stationed within a 50-mile radius of where Hitomi stood. The Shibuya, the kidnapper, would be taking a major risk if his plan was to nab the ransom money and run. That's what bothered Kano. Any criminal with half a brain would know better than to do a handoff in front of Hachiko. You overthink. Oh, actually,
You're overthinking things, pal.
Sashiyama grumbled. No, I'm not. Kano reached into his pocket and pulled out his notepad. This was Kano's dick diary. What? Because I guess private eye, a dick.
What's a
that's
dick?
like a dick, private dick. Like it's a term for like being a detective.
Yeah.
You're a dick if you are a detective.
Yeah, that's hilarious. His dick diary, which he always kept close at hand. Well, I guess it's lost in translation because dick
Yeah.
is only like a
Yeah.
American and English thing. Sachara rolled his eyes.
That thing again, the old dick diary.
Kano ignored him, flipping through the notepad pages. Aha! Here it is. Dick Dictum 89. The more irrelevant something seems, the more relevant it's bound to be. It was a favourite saying of Kuzio Tatano, an assistant inspector from the Shibuya precinct. Tatano was the kind of detective Kano aspired to be. For the current operation, he'd been placed in charge of Hitomi's personal safety. He was in position to defend her as soon as the ransom had been handed off. Of course, Hitomi hadn't been informed of how much protection she was under. There was a risk that if she acted too secure, it might alert the kidnapper. I think Tatano was the right idea. Sashiyama snorted quietly.
He looks
I
so
like his
happy.
face.
I know, Tatsuya's great. Maybe, I mean, he's a great detective. Don't get me wrong. But do you know how many irrelevant things there are to consider?
Again, Kano ignored him. It didn't matter if nobody else understood. Kano had faith in Tatano, as both detective and as an individual. He had first witnessed Tatano's brilliance during a standoff at a financial company 3 years earlier. A man had shut himself in an office, splashing gasoline everywhere and threatening to set the place ablaze. While the others hesitated, Tatano unflinchingly doused himself with gasoline and strode into the building, where he managed to talk the man down and secure the scene.
Damn, Tatsuya's a badass.
Yeah. The others had been awestruck by Tatano's actions, and Kano, at the time being content to be a run-of-the-mill policeman, had found it quite inspiring.
God, Kano, your hair sucks. That's horrible hair.
Still, you know, let's put my phone charger because it's on 19% if I'm gonna...
Oh yeah, 19's not a lot. Where's your phone? Is it in the bedroom?
Yes, because I think we just got sponsored again.
Cool.
This is a good way to
Do you
keep
want
up.
I can pop
For this case, we're gonna
I've got Gmail open on this browser.
That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, I'll do that quickly.
Click on Gmail. So
Oh, yeah. It should... this is
we'll
just been
give it
coming
a
up.
page. Cool.
It should even come up like you got on your email, because I'm assuming most of the emails are going to be from this. Yeah, it's just annoying 'cause it's saying it like that, like,
Yeah, so you gotta click it. Oh, it's doing it for a single stream.
yeah.
Is this
60
one?
quid. Oh, 60! New top one, Adam and Jess.
Aww.
Much obliged, guys. Let's
Thanks,
update the top donation.
And, Ollie, I think that means...
Have you already reached your
You hit your
target?
target already.
Should I
Oh
set
my
a
You haven't even
God.
done an hour.
should I set a new target? Do you
No,
think?
I don't think set new target.
108% no, because it logs the percentage, so you'll see how much...
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I guess I had no faith in
Aw.
myself.
It's
But-
been an hour.
It's been an hour.
Over 24
We've
hours.
already made the target.
I think that calls for what is this yellow thing?
What yellow thing should we do?
You pick a yellow thing since it's yours.
Oof.
Since we've reached our target, we will pick a yellow thing.
Sam,
How
you
about
pick a yellow thing.
Pick a yellow thing. You
And
know.
then we'll tell you about it.
I'm going to go for Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. This is the...
Sit to the camera, Ollie.
I was going to show it to this one because it's happening here as well. This is the Detective Pikachu amiibo, which is a big ass boy. Like, look at him
Big-ass
compared to
boy.
like Elizabeth.
I imagine...
Isabel.
Isabel. Like, I don't know why it's so big, but I'm not complaining.
And why
But,
is Ryan Reynolds?
But yeah, this is obviously this is what we're making a movie of. I personally love the new Pokemon designs.
I like the idea, yeah.
I think that it means that even if the movie's rubbish, then I still want to go see it because I want to see what they all look like.
The Pikachu is the cutest thing I've ever seen. It's so cute. And he's got toe beans.
I've been just loving the Pikachu meme so much at the minute.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
Okay. Still, Sashiyama murmured under his breath.
I'm Sasayama, Anna.
Oh yeah.
As a great detective as Tatino is, it's not like anyone else in the world has ever shared of him.
I suppose not, Kano said. So,
What is with this game with bananas?
I don't know. It's yellow though, it's because it knows I'm in the CF
yeah.
chest.
He's just like that, Ollie, isn't he?
Yeah.
Only time anyone ever hears a cop name is if he's caught up in some scandal or killed in the line of duty. I mean, it doesn't really seem fair, does it?
Kano just shrugged. It was a strange definition of unfair, really. I mean, you've got celebrity chefs and celebrity...
Is that
Oh,
me?
it's you, yeah.
It's probably. I mean, you've got celebrity chefs and celebrity hairdressers and stuff. So how come no celebrity gong shoes, you know?
Look, please.
Bitch,
Can you
please.
just focus on what we're doing here? Kano rubbed his eyes and turned his attention back to Hitomi. What's the matter? Oh, that's you.
What's the matter? Didn't sleep?
Not enough, I guess.
Did you eat?
Didn't have time.
Want a banana?
Between bringing supplies for base operations, readying the team's vehicles, a base of operations is usually set up in a large room precinct, such as an auditorium. MPD and precinct investigators assemble there, and communications equipment, investigative resources,
Oh, Adam just on their way.
cool, and such are brought in, because the scale and scope of these activities, newspaper reporters can be liable to notice, and so in cases such as kidnapping where a victim's personal safety is at stake, the flow of information is tightly controlled. Photocopying hundreds of documents and various other tasks, Kano had barely slept in the previous night and hadn't gone to the meal in either. What have you been doing? Oh, as you, Sashiyama pressed his cheeks. Saving up my energy for today.
So, you were sleeping.
Kano gave a wry chuckle as his partner's lack of shame.
No, wait, we did the opposite way around then.
There he is! Oh, there he is! Kuzu's voice chirped suddenly through Kano's earpiece. We haven't got any choices yet. The man is thought he's wearing a sleeveless red jacket. He's carrying a garbage bag.
Ooh, a bad boy.
Oh yeah, it's the other character.
He's a bad boy.
A young man had emerged from a crowd about 15 feet from where Hitomi was standing. He strode towards her, a look on his face. He didn't match Hitomi's description, but Kano felt a jolt of nerves at the same
Tony said it was
time.
a middle-aged man, didn't she?
Yeah, maybe the kidnappers hired some young street punk to snatch for ransom payment. That our guy? Oh,
That our guy? What do you think, Kano?
Sashiyama whispered. Yeah, I think he's gotta be. This was it. Kano swallowed a lump in his throat. He bent his knees, ready to act fast. Blood rushed to his leg muscles, banishing the stiffness that began to take hold. Told, could this be the culprit, or perhaps? The young man tried to snatch a briefcase from Hitomi, but she clung to it with desperate strength.
Whoa.
It was him. Vincent rushed in. Whoa, hey! Whoa, do you want to do this guy? Whoa, hey, what the hell? The young man cried out frantically and tried to dart away, but the officer closed in, forcing him bodily to the ground. Target secured. Oh jeez, I think we've got
Shall I
another
be there?
suspect.
I don't know what it is, but oh geez, I think we've got another suspect on the scene. Eek, he's taken the ransom!
Kuze's hysterics made Kano spin around. Sure enough, a foreign-looking man was sprinting away, case in hand. I told you it was a fucking doctor, professor.
Yeah.
The mobile detectives scrambled to pursue. Before Kano could react, most of them had run off, leaving him to look after the original suspect. I think this guy has been, like, blackmailed as well. What should I do with this guy, sir? He might have some connection to the kidnapper. Should I bring him in?
The voice you do for Kano doesn't suit his face.
No,
I
I know.
love it.
Huh? Oh sure, Rabbi Swell. I'm on it. With the help of one of the remaining detectives, Kano brought a suspect back to the Shibuya precinct. Look, how many times do we have to go through this? Cut the crap. In the interrogation room, the young man who gave us it was Achi Endo steadfastly insisted on his innocence. Oh. Why'd you try and steal that case? Kano watched Achi's face intently.
That's Sam's turn.
Like I said, it looked heavy, so I was just trying to help her out.
It wasn't inconceivable that a young guy wanted to help a pretty girl. But if Omi had just been standing there, hardly in desperate need of a sister. Oh no, voice. She hadn't set the case down.
She hadn't set the case down, so I figured there had to be something important inside.
An entry from Kano's Dick diary shot from his mind.
It's shot.
Dick Dictum 25. When my tongue slips, grab it and yank out the truth. Classic advice for a questioning. Something important, you say, such as...
How the heck would I know?
Achi spat.
I can't believe actually just hit puberty.
He huffled and slumped back to his chair. This standard textbook back and forth had been going on for nearly an hour. Kano didn't mind. Chasing down criminals was all well and good, but questioning suspects was another key part of the job. Plenty of off-the-scene work went into cracking a case. Once again, he had actually explained what he'd been doing, starting from the beginning. When Kano finally emerged from the interrogation room for a short break, he learned there had been some progress on the case at the time scene. When the police hadn't been able to determine yet, however, was whether or not Maria was safe. Fighting back his anxiety, Kano consulted his Dick diary. Dick Dictum 54. Haste makes waste. He felt his tension subside. Remembering the right maxim always helped. It was like casting a magic spell. Kano returned to confront Achi once more. You were very right as a distraction, to mess up the investigation, weren't you?
Sam?
Huh?
Achi looked a bit dumbfounded.
What do you want about?
Come to the gingerbread man.
Dick Dictum 55.
The truth hungers to be free. That's the name of his dick. You hungry?
The truth.
Got some katsudon if you like. Japanese dish consisting of a bowl of white rice topped with breaded pork cutlet and egg. There are several variations, such as sauce katsudon, where the egg is replaced with Worcestershire sauce, and miso katsudon, where the pork is stewed in miso. Not typically the sort of thing a policeman offers a suspect during an interrogation. This could be seen as baiting with food and is to be avoided. Achi nodded silently. Oh, that looks good.
He's just cracking out some katsudon.
Achi devoured the bowl of katsudon with gusto. He looks like he hadn't eaten in a while. Alright then, spill it. What's this guy after? Achi just shrugged.
Oh yeah.
He murmured, a thick slice of egg-laden pork between his teeth.
Oh.
How many accomplices do you have? Kano asked, but Achi just shook his head as he inhaled his food. Resignedly, Kano flipped through his notebook once more. Let's see, number 115. Use the lights to your advantage. As the minutes ticked past, he found himself referring to his book again and again, trying a dozen different methods to tease out whatever his suspect might be hiding. The experience began to feel strangely surreal, their two voices echoing hollowly in this interrogation room. Eventually, Kano looked at the clock and realised that the questioning had been going on for nearly 5 hours. He still hadn't made any headway. What was he supposed to do next? Tatano would know, but he sure didn't. Still, he was determined to do whatever he could to keep the victim and her family safe. Gritting his teeth with frustration, he pursued the Dick diary like it was scripture. Number 116. The monotonous questioning was clearly tiring Achi out. His eyelids drooped like they were beginning to get heavy. Number 117. Get them when they're tired. Kano's eyes gleamed.
We got another donation from Anonymous.
Just an anonymous one, yeah.
Awesome.
Go,
Thank you,
Ollie,
Anonymous.
got no sleep till you complete Tetris.
Mostly teaching Tetris, is it?
I was going to get Tetris because there's the Tetris effect.
But guess how much it is, Sam, for Tetris?
£34. But it does look really good.
I made my own version of Tetris on a graphical calculator.
Yeah, we sold them for £35.
You're a part of some criminal gang, huh?
Oh.
You just fell asleep.
Was it Spike, not Tonkatsu, the Katsuden?
That seemed dumb.
I know, but that's what I mean, like, why are you sleeping?
Actually, his head slumped forward heavily. Nodding off was basically the same as nodding, right? Mr. Kuze, I did it! The young guy we grabbed for hand of state, he finally confessed to the crime. What? What are we talking
not
about?
A very good
Kuze laughed in disbelief. We're just about to apprehend a mastermind here. Huh? Kano clutched his cell phone, dumbstruck. Listen, why don't you, look, just wait for BHQ, okay? No, it can't be. What a fucking idiot.
You're such an idiot.
After the kidnapping case wrapped up, Kano tendered his resignation. You just guess I'm not cut out to be a detective after all, he thought to himself. He dropped the dick diary on his desk as he left the Shibuya precinct for the last time. Well, that escalated quickly.
We failed the game.
We didn't get any choice.
Yeah.
What?
What the fuck?
Kano wound up at a bad end. However, this does not mean the choice you made for Kano was the wrong one. One of the other protagonists, Echi Endo, has an impact on Kano's fate here. You can avoid a bad end by making proper decisions in another character's story. For a detailed hint, check the tip by underlining the bad end title. Press circle and then X.
Oh, I see. So they're overlapping, so then you have to play as the protagonist to stop it
Yeah.
from doing that.
So, Kano had every reason to suspect Achi Endo, but arresting him turned out to be a mistake. If Achi hadn't approached Hitomi, this wouldn't have happened. Try playing Achi's story up to 10:30 and make a choice that keeps him going up to it. Alright.
Whoa, hold on, I didn't really know the
The
end.
thing is, I don't want it tells you exactly what to do, so I kind of want to...
Yeah, that's true.
Alright. Guess we're doing Achi.
Yay, more action voice.
Can I select Achi Endo?
Let's follow Achi's story for a little while.
Achi, I thought this was like a
Yoshi.
Oh!
Oh, hello, Achi.
Oh, wow.
What's going on there?
He's crazy broad in skinny waist.
Yeah.
It's like a Dorito.
Oh, hello, Achi. Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. Did we really need that shot from Sherlock?
It's to show he's a badass. Same with the music, as you can see, it's obviously badass. Achi Endo called out the door to his father's room.
Okay, I'm heading out. Such a badass.
Sure. His father sounded unconcerned. He didn't even open the door.
Sure you don't want me to stay here in the shop?
It's not like we're gonna get any customers. Achi grimaced.
Yeah, I guess not.
The drawer by the front door had a stack of heavy-duty trash bags. Achi pulled a few of them out.
Guess it's gonna be that kind of day.
He stuffed the trash bags into his pocket, then slipped on his favourite pair of sneakers. Oh, look at those trousers.
Oh, no wonder they were famous.
He's got no legs!
The entry to Achi's home had led to the family shop. Various pieces of electronics were piled up like so much junk in the tiny retail space. The slightest bump brought a risk of an avalanche. Achi wove his way through the gaps in the appliances like a spelunker exploring a cave. From Shibuya Station, if you make your way past the 109 building, but not through the Dogizanko, you'll come across an old shopping district. Nestled in its outskirts is Endo Electronics, in the same place it's been for decades. Within its dimly lit interior, you find rows of wares all caked in
You know, because
dust.
we're going to Shibuya, we could like follow these instructions.
Yeah.
Very specific instructions. You could find Ender Electronics.
At a glance, you might also assume the place was closed. A mum and pop place like Endo's couldn't be complete without the big consumer chains booming throughout Shibuya. So far, the store had remained in business thanks to the locals who appreciated that they made house calls to do repairs. But the things weren't looking good for the future. Achi, the eldest son and nominal successor to the business, had no interest whatsoever in working there. Achi stepped out of the shop and into the sunny morning air. The good weather lifted his spirits.
Alrighty, I can do this!
apparently is Mickey Mouse.
Ah.
He unfurled one of the big garbage bags, which caught the wind and fluttered like a cape. Then he slowly made his way towards Shibuya Station, scanning his surroundings all the while.
Sheesh, this place is filthy.
He paused to pick up a plastic bottle that had been... Oh, because he had a shirt that says Eco on it.
Oh,
You've been invited.
I mentioned.
Then, with a heavy sigh, he slipped the crushed receptacle into his trash bag.
Oh, look at that.
What a
Chico.
good guy. He'd been picking up trash around town like this for about 6 months now. It had gotten to the sort of garbage most people would hardly notice stood out to him like a sore thumb. Most days he'd fill his trash bag to the top by the time he made it from his house in Dogizanka to the train station. Today, he was halfway to the station when a woman's anxious voice caught his attention.
Is that me? I'm sorry. I'm in a bit of a hurry here.
Oh, some punks.
Ah, punk.
He looked up and saw a timid-looking woman being confronted by 2 men, one with brown hair, one with black. From the look of them, he guessed that the men were scouts at a hostess club. He ran into this sort of thing pretty frequently in his trash-cleaning walks around town.
And
Another kind of trash eating.
When he gets serious, he loses the... Actually, quickly interposed himself between the girl and the 2 recruiters.
Her face.
Hey, can't you see that you're bothering her?
Huh? Who the hell are you? The 2 men glared.
Great,
Take a hike, pal.
great henchman.
yeah.
Actually stood his ground.
She ain't interested. You're just gonna have to find some other mark.
The hustler's annoyance turned to open rage. Well, listen to you. Got a bit of a mouth, huh, buddy? The brown-haired fuck smacked his lips around his chewing gum like a dog roaring a bone.
How about we take this place somewhere quiet here?
What this means could depend on the person speaking. To a young woman, let's go someplace more quiet might suggest a cafe or a park. But to a street punk, it might mean an alley where passers-by are unlikely to interrupt. I love these facts. The girl stood by, uneasy, watching the goings-on. Is this the...
Archie, maybe?
I think...
Hey, take it easy.
Or was it the girl?
I'm not looking for trouble.
Alright.
Is that supposed to be an apology? On your knees and beg, pal. The man spat his gum onto the ground.
Not trash!
Actually looked down at the glistening wad of gum on the sidewalk. His last shred of goodwill.
You better pick that up.
Right now.
What? Didn't you hear me? Because I told you to get down on your knees and blah! Archie's hand shot out, grabbing the man by the jaw. Whoa, easy, pal. The other man's bravado drained from his face. Archie tightened his grip on the brown-haired hustler's jaw. Sweat dripped from the man's redeeming brow. Hurt. The man struggled, but Archie just tightened his grip.
Gum's a real pain in the ass to clean up after it's gotten stuck to the street, you know? Ever stop to consider that?
Wait, are you... The other hustler panicked as his eyes had fixed on Archie's
It's
chest.
Keisha.
Yeah, oh crap! That's your man! The guy's voice was starting to break. That's Mean Clean! A guy with a Mean Clean shirt, carrying around a trash bag? That means you're... His face went pale.
No.
Gula? Mean Clean? The other man echoed the words through his held shut jaw, tears welling in his eyes.
Get it right, pal.
Archie clenched the man's jaw harder still.
It's Mean Clean.
Ow. We're sorry, man. You're Archie, right? Dude, we honestly had no idea. Come on, man, you gotta cut us some slack. The man scrambled to snatch the wad of gum off the street, stuffing it into his pants pocket. Finally, Archie let go of his companion. The brown-haired hustler's face was twisted up with fear. Tears streamed down his cheeks. Gasping through hasty apologies, the 2 thugs scampered off. Is that the girl?
Hey, so?
Oh, here's the girl.
Oh, yeah.
A shy smile came to the girl's face. Ryuka Kakanuma, a second-year student at Maidara Academy Law School. These hustlers managed to corner her while she was on her way to a part-time job at a cafe. It's a popular plot in the trashy e-novels for a main character falling in love with a hustler like these guys, but such things rarely happen in real life.
Thank you for saving me.
No, I apologize.
Huh?
The girl stared in surprise. You'll run into creeps like that now and then. Don't hold it against us. Shibuya's a good town,
Yeah, okay.
Archie gave her a quick wave and then turned and continued his way down to Dogenzanka.
Change the pronunciation.
Every time, yeah, I'm just doing it on purpose now. Archie was Shibuya born and raised. He was keenly aware of all the changes the ward had seen since he was a kid. Grocery stores and inconspicuous little side streets, tiny parks nestled between buildings. Archie knew it all like the back of his hand. Trash, human or otherwise, had no place in this town. Not on his watch.
Not on Archie's watch.
Archie made his way down to Shibuya Station. Throngs of people shuffled to and fro across the scramble. The view shifted constantly from one moment to the next, almost as if the city itself were alive. And if the city was a living thing, then Shibuya Station was its heart. With streets like Bunkamoridori and Sentagai staring as the arteries pumping bloodstream made of people. Today, as ever, the heart was pumping the blood to every nook and cranny of Shibuya, and there was actually just another part of this great urban organism. Oh, this is you.
Guess I'm one of the city's white blood
Is that his
cells.
inner voice?
Yeah, that's how I think it sounds cool.
Or wait, maybe I'm a red blood cell. Hold on. Is that right? Or did I have it right first?
White blood cells eliminate pathogens from bloodstream. Red blood cells carry oxygen throughout the body.
The white one.
Actually, was probably thinking of white blood cells.
This is hilarious.
Emerging from his reverie, he noticed a rather conspicuous young woman standing by the statue of Hachiko outside Shibuya Station.
Oh.
Ooh, oh.
Ooh, she's totally my type.
To be up someone's alley, to be someone's cup of tea. I love what all the others were like really literal, and this is just two more like.
Two more metaphors.
Wonder if she's a model or a small-time actress or something.
No offense, but she's not gorgeous enough to be a model.
Yow!
Looks like she's waiting.
No, but if I wouldn't walk past and
Probably a guy. Dang.
Good looking as she was, there was no way she wasn't already taken. What kind of guy scored a girl like that? Probably a rich ass CEO of an IT company or something. Crouching down to tie up a trash bag, he continued grazing wistfully at the girl, but he noticed something peculiar. She was carrying an attaché case, the kind a businessman might lose. It was a large case and apparently so heavy that she was struggling to hold it despite using both hands. Oh, so we now got choices. Now what kind of person makes a young
hold
woman...
on, you've reached a decision point. Let's have Itachi not approach Hitomi.
Alright, so yeah, but first I gotta dump this trash.
A. Now, what kind of person makes a young lady lug around something heavy like that? Itachi figured offer it to carry for her. Or B. But first, I gotta dump this trash.
Alright, let's dump the trash.
Yeah.
But first,
But first, I gotta dump this trash.
he looked around to see if there was a garbage bin nearby. Now actually won't approach Toby, which means he'll avoid being arrested by Kano. At the same time, Kano's fate will also change, and he will no longer wind up a bad end. So let's switch back to Kano's story using the time chart. Press triangle to open it. Okay. This is the time chart. It shows the protagonist's progression. Throughout the story, decision points are marked with a point. Kano's fate has changed based on Archie's actions. Select Kano's 1030 block and press square. Alright. I suppose you could call that. Kano gave a wry chuckle at Spar's lack of shame. There he is! Kuze's voice chirped suddenly through Kano's earpiece. Oh, but yeah, this guy looks more like it.
Yeah, oh.
The man in the black coat! He's not Japanese! Looks to be clearly in his early 30s! Another man appeared instead. By changing what Archie did, you've also changed Kano's story. A foreign man has emerged from a crowd about 15 feet from where Hitomi was standing. He moved his way towards her, his expression blank. He didn't match the description Hitomi had given him, but Kano felt a jolt of nerves at the same time. Maybe the kidnapper was using a compass to snatch a ransom payment. Alright, oh it's you.
Alright.
Sashiyama raised an eyebrow.
This may be our guy.
This was it. Kano swallowed the lump in his throat. He bent his knees, ready for action. Blood rushed to his leg muscles, banishing the stiffness that had begun to take hold. Was this the culprit? Yep. Or perhaps the stranger, while I'm doing this, the stranger took hold of the attaché case.
Who's him?
It was him. En masse, the detectives began to close in. Oh,
En masse.
en masse.
En masse.
It's Borgies all over again.
You and your Borgies.
Oh.
Okay. The detectives began to close in. Let's go, Cano. Oh, on it. Sachamo and Cano leapt into action, but they never expected what happened next. Within the case, clutched in both arms, a man veered suddenly, running right towards them. What time is it?
It is 8 minutes to 9.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Let's keep. I want to play when it actually starts doing some choices, but maybe stop about 10.
Well,
Something
I
else.
thought it was stop when Adam and Jessica get here.
Yeah, Adam and Jess are coming over, so.
They're on their way,
Get
remember?
True. It's just
When
it'd be
they
good to get to a
When you-
point where
when
there's
you
actually
get-
some choices.
Yeah, when you get to a good stopping point.
Yeah. I mean, we can always play some later.
Yeah.
A point of a story where your progress is currently stopped. In order to advance beyond the keep out, you need to jump from another protagonist story. At 10:30, actually has for text, young man in suit, set out as keyword parts. Checking these red keywords will allow you to jump from Archie's story back to Kano's. Now, head back to Archie's story and keep an eye out for that key phrase.
So do you want to stop now?
Well, no, I don't want to stop just yet.
We'll wait till they
Yeah.
get there.
Yeah.
Because I want to,
We should stop now and let's get to go. Make the most of having people and play.
I know, it's just because I want to do some choices. So I have to go here? Yeah.
I think so.
Because at the moment it's all been tutorial stuff.
Can we go to A?
Alright, press to go back to the reread section you've already played through. To scroll ahead through text you've already read, press down. When rewriting advancing like this, story will sometimes appear in the upper left corner. Press X while this is being displayed to reread the current page. So I gotta find something in red?
No, I think you gotta go further.
Oh, here.
Oh.
Ooh, she's totally my type. I wonder should we get model or some actress or something? Looks like she's waiting for someone. Probably another guy. Dang. What?
Do we have to pick the other choice?
Wait, what?
No, just go for B again and see if it'll keep going further. Maybe.
Yeah. Did you click B, Ollie?
Because last time it made you shift back, but see if you can stay
Yeah.
back now.
No, it won't let me.
Yeah, you still got. I think now you've made the decision, you can't change it, but yeah, just keep going.
Oh wait,
There
okay.
you go. Yeah.
I see now. He was dressed in black and he wasn't Japanese.
There's a new subscriber.
Oh, sweet.
New
It-
countries.
It looked like they were having a conversation. This girl nodded tensely at something the man said. As she stared.
He is staring on me.
Something tells you that.
It's a
Oh,
bit like.
Which like?
Yeah.
yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, and not just the like the long
Something
hair.
tells me that's not her boyfriend.
The girl handed the attaché case to the man. He took hold of it with his right hand and began walking briskly away. Whoa!
Oh, it's
Yeah.
Oh, the homeless man.
A nearby homeless man suddenly leapt over Archie and broke into a run as if he'd been waiting for this very moment. Yuji Sashiyama, a detective of Shibuya Precinct, known as the cosplay detective due to the strange outfits he wears on stakeouts. He's partnered with Shinya Keno for this investigation.
Sasayama's my fave.
Speaking alongside him was a young man in a suit. Alright, some words of a
Wearing
text
suit red.
yeah,
That was what we-
appear in red. Red text donates important keywords that let you jump between different protagonists. This allows you to shift between characters at specific points. These can also allow you to clear a keep out in another character's story and let you read on. If you come across red text, press square to underline it and then press X. A window will appear allowing you to jump from one protagonist to another at that point. And
So
press
if it's
X to
red,
continue.
click it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alright. Performing a jump from a screen, you can advance another protagonist's story past to keep out. Press X to confirm. Alright. Let's go, Kano. Oh, on it.
Let's go, Kato.
Sasha and Kano leapt to dash it. You did it. Jump together. In 4 to 8, you will often need to jump to get past another character's keep out. Jump from red keywords to clear a keep out. Keep as wide as you advance through the story. Okay, there won't be any more tutorial messages for a while. If you get stuck somewhere, try changing protagonists or making different decisions to advance. You can now use time chart from the main menu. Yeah. Okay, cool. Press yes. Miyami never expected what happened next. With the case clutched in both arms, the man suddenly veered, running straight towards him. What? Catching a shot of the two detectives, the suspect stabbed to a halt and bolted off in a new direction.
The banana!
Kano whipped up his caution glasses and followed in hot pursuit. At the crosswalk, the signal changed to red, and the flow of foot traffic abruptly halted. Just as quickly, hundreds of cars all lurched back into motion. There was no escape from the culprit now, or so it appeared. The converging cops slowed their pace, confident the man was cornered. Then the foreigner barreled straight into the intersection, dodging between the oncoming cars, without any hesitation. The mob defectors came to a halt, not eager to rush over deaths along with him. Kano, however, remained in hot pursuit, charging into the traffic at the crossing.
Kano, are you crazy? Come back!
Kano heard Sashiyama shouting, but his feet carried him onward. Oh. With shouts and sirens echoing around, Kano closed in on the foreigner. Just a little closer to the tackling range. He leaned forward, preparing to pounce, his eyes fixed at the culprit's peak. It was now or never. Kano, back off! Don't attack me now! It was Kuzei shouting through Kano's earpiece. Huh? Kano hesitated and surprised. Had he really just been ordered not to apprehend the criminal? Let him go for now! A real purpose, some replace. House. Purpose, police jargon for perpetrator. Here Kuzei is referring to the principal offender, in this case must be elsewhere. What had happened to the plan? He'd been told that all personnel were to secure the area ASAP. Didn't HQ want to catch the perpetrator? Arrest team, stay on the foreigner's trail. Police team dedicated exclusively to apprehend criminal. When a kidnapping case is in progress, the roles of the officer involved carefully designated so that every officer is ready to take the immediate action as the situation develops. Typically, tried and 2 veterans MPD officers are put in charge of teams breaking into buildings or apprehending the subject. Forensics team gets by, and so team developed by MPD to handle the actual tests and techniques. Get me cross-referencing photos. Even if this foreigner was only underling hired for this one task, the police had now tipped their hand for being lying in wait. If they didn't lock things down now and get more info from a kidnapper, a girl's life might be at stake. Kinda recalled another maxim from his Dick diary. Gotta love that Dick diary. Dick Dictum 12. Always assume a worst case scenario. If Kuzei had told them to let this guy go, that employee was counting on the team that was now in position. But if the crook had planned a way to break through a police target and escape with a ransom and he succeeded, what was the right call here? Should he take this guy down or back off after all? Okay, so letting the purpose get us too big a risk, catch the guy, or let the other officers count.
I mean, we were instructed to let him go.
Yeah.
But
what do you think?
I kind of want to catch him.
I'd go with, like, realistically I'd go with B, but I kind of want to see...
Alright, let's go
He must
there.
have some information, even if it's not the main
Alright.
pair.
Letting the pup escape now is too big of a risk. He had to catch this guy ASAP. The man darted down a narrow alleyway. Kano ran faster. The man sprinted through his side streets. Evidently, he knew his way around Shibuya pretty well. Someone's taken it, tell me! Kano recognized Kuzei's trademark squawk immediately.
Quack! Someone's taking it to me.
It's on his mail! He missed her carrying a gun! He's thinking with her Michidori! What? Kano could hardly believe it. Hitomi had been kidnapped. Had she been abducted by whoever to take Maria? But why? Someone must have been waiting for the remote police to arise off her. Something's very wrong here. What in the world is going on? Kano saw the road forked up ahead. The man with Tasha case ran to the left. If the man who'd taken Hitomi was heading towards Mejidori, there was a good chance he'd gone down one of the alleyways off to the right.
Oh no.
Making a snap judgment, Kano told the detective behind him to follow the case snatcher. Then he turned and head down the nearest alley.
Oh, so it would have made sense to go right. I was going to ask us.
After darting through the side streets, he spotted a different man, another foreigner, crossing an intersection a few dozen meters ahead. The man was dressed in black, like a guy who grabbed the ransom money. Kuzei's right, the kidnapper wasn't acting alone. But wait, something was amiss. Hitomi isn't with him. Where was she? Kind of skidded around the corner and stopped short. The man in black was standing there, pointing a gun right at him. Before Kano could react, the man fired.
Oh
shit. Kano felt hot all over.
Oh shit.
As if he were on fire.
Oh shit.
All except for his cheek, pressed against the asphalt. The palms of his hand, they felt so
I think
cold.
we died, Sam.
There was nothing he could do. Nothing, that is, except lie there and watch as his killer turned and walked away.
Oh.
Oops.
Well, we wanted to see what happened.
Yeah.
How did we die?
Number 4, shot by a foreigner.
Those damn foreigners.
I like that. Like this is like. I like that the whole point of this is about going back and making new decisions.
Yeah.
So it means you can see all the end out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that we die.
Yeah.
So let's go back and not follow.
Carrie just messaged me. You look cute. Cuddle ditto more, please.
What was the right call here? Should he take this guy down or back off after all?
Back off.
Let the other officers chase the guy. Kuze's instructions had been clear. Let the other officers chase after the guy. Kano had his own job to do. He broke up his pursuit, pointing the next wave of detectives in the direction the foreigner had fled. Kano had almost gotten close enough to get a good look at the guy's face. But if Kuze had ordered him to let the guy go, well, his boss should know what he was doing. The perp was someone else's problem now. He had just ceased his pursuit when Kuze's panicked voice sounded shrill in his ear. Eep! Someone's taking Hitomi! Kano recognized Kuze's trademark squawking immediately.
Let's squawk like a parrot.
Shut his mail! He appeared to be carrying a gun! He's fleeing in the direction of Meji. He's fleeing in the direction of Megidori! What? Kano could hardly believe it. Hitomi had been kidnapped. Had she been abducted by whoever had taken Maria? But why? Someone must have been waiting for a moment where the police took Verizon.
Maria's not a very Japanese name.
No.
Because it's meant to Hitomi.
Something is very wrong here. What in the world is going on? Kano hurried to search for the man who had taken Hitomi. If he was heading towards Megidori, there was a good chance he'd gone down one of the alleyways nearby. After darting through the side streets, he spotted a different man, another foreigner, crossing an intersection a few dozen meters ahead.
Oh, it's this bit again.
This man was dressed in black, just like the guy who grabbed the ransom money. Kuze's right, the kidnapper wasn't acting alone. But wait, something was amiss. Hitomi isn't with him. Where was she? Oh, we're gonna get killed again, it's probably we have to do something with the other guy.
Yeah, we might get killed
Okay.
again.
Kano skidded around the corner and stopped short. Yeah, the man in black was standing there, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. We died.
Is there a way I can, like, fast skip?
Oh, up on the D-pad. Oh, I think.
Is it the same?
Yeah.
It's weird people watching us. It's like, what are you cuddling? Ditto.
Ditto. It's a really fluffy ditto.
Alright, let's go to this
There's also
guy.
other things. There's also a pony to cuddle. The present might cuddle.
Whoa! A nearby homeless
There you
man.
go.
See, there was a young man in a suit. When seemingly from everywhere, a whole bunch of other guys burst into motion.
Yellow things.
First one, then another. A third, a fourth, and a fifth. Over a dozen now. What? Oh, this is you. What the heck?
It is actually.
Clearly something big was going down. Were they after the attaché case? Within moments, Archie lost sight of them all through the crowd. With that many people chasing him, the guy with his case was sure to get caught. But wait, what about that girl? Archie turned back around. The girl was still there. She was staring in the direction the man who'd taken the case had gone, a worried expression on her face. Oh.
Actually couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. Maybe she should talk to her and ask what was going on.
Another crazy day in Shibuya. They had to be shooting a scene for a film on location. It probably was a mistake to intrude. Shall
Let's intrude.
Yeah, let's go talk to her. Archie couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. Maybe he should talk to her and ask what was going on. But just as he was making up his mind, a middle-aged man in a ratty business suit shuffled awkwardly to her first.
Ooh, who's this?
Was there something wrong with one of his legs? He was using a cane to walk. Then one of his hands slipped into his jacket pocket, and he could scarcely believe his eyes.
It's a very small gun.
Does the job though.
It's like
A
big as his
revolver?
finger.
Colt Detector Special, a 38 caliber revolver introduced in 1927 by Colt's Manufacturing Company. A classic example of a snub-nosed revolver. As the name implies, the weapon is frequently carried by detectives, narcotics officers, and the like for self-defense. Ooh, that's not good.
Ooh, it's a small gun.
Suddenly, a young man came running through the crowd.
Cano.
Yeah, seeing him, the man with the cane turned on his heel and vanished in a scramble. Something big was going down. What is all this? The young man was closing in on the girl, his expression grim. That guy's up to no good. Archie sprang into motion. Oh shit. Oh. Leaping high, Archie delivered a flying kick right between the man's shoulder blades.
Why didn't he kick the man with the gun?
The guy went down but recovered surprisingly
Wait,
fast. spinning
Yano's not the one with the gun, is it? Cano.
No.
It was the random man.
swinging back to his feet to grapple with Archie. What? Oh, is that me or?
What the hell is your problem?
Oh, what the hell is? Oh wait. So what the hell is your problem?
What the hell is your problem, man?
Archie snapped. The two stood staring each other down as the crowd swirled around them. Let go of me.
You let go of me first.
How'd you let go of me? Sure.
You first, pal.
Don't you call me pal, man.
Don't you call me buddy, friend. Don't you call me man, pal.
Neither man was willing to yield. The crowd had parted to avoid the scuffle. Passers-by were staring from all sides. Well, crap. Oh, actually got a sudden sinking feeling.
What the hell am I even doing? Jumping in over my head as usual.
His anger melted away. He loosened his grip. Without further argument, the other man let go of Archie's jacket. Turning quickly away, the stranger hurried over to the statue of Hachiko, where he dropped to his knees dejected. The girl who'd been standing there was nowhere to be seen. Maybe this was the guy she'd been waiting on? The guy was clearly upset that she was missing. Archie actually felt kind of bad for him. He decided it would be wise to leave while the guy's attention was elsewhere. Phew. Oh, that's you.
Phew.
He hurried back alongside the road to his house. The wind had gone over the sails, and he didn't feel much like cleaning up trash anymore.
Oh well, guess I'll eat some mango and go to bed.
Better play it safe if the day got any worse. What, bad end?
I mean,
Yeah, well,
the
the guy
girl
still
went
got shot.
missing.
The girl still got missing and the guy...
Oh,
Yeah.
so I think we have to have actually follow the guy, and then...
Yeah. No, so, no, leave Kano where he was. Go back to Archie and change that choice.
No, I think what we need to do is we have to have Archie not come back.
This is Kano.
Yeah, sorry, we have to have Kano not come back. Because we had it so he comes back. We need it so he tries to take down the guy.
But then there wasn't another.
No, but what we watched.
He just made the same choice again.
Yeah. I don't understand.
See, so I picked the choice where he follows the guy.
We already did originally.
Wait, did I pick? Which one did I
You did
pick?
do that before.
Yeah, the first choice was we picked to follow him.
But now,
I would try making the decision there.
trust me.
Okay.
So now I'm going to go back to do the same one.
No,
There's no way to go fast.
I thought there was, that if you had done right or something.
Controls. Unselect it.
Scroll through text log up and down.
No, there's no way to go fast.
Okay.
That's how to. Because my theory is that this time.
Oh, is this different?
Yeah, see? Because this time, Kano doesn't come back. Because he's chasing after the other guy.
Okay.
So with a single fluid motion, the man lifted up the gun and pointed it in the girl's direction. He was aiming right for her head. Huh? The girl had... Yeah.
Huh?
The girl had noticed the man with the cane now. Seeing the gun pointed right at her, she froze in fear. Actually didn't hesitate. See, yeah, because now the other guy didn't
not
come back.
there.
Yeah. Breaking into a full run, he tackled the gun with all his might. Caught off guard, the man sprawled to the pavement. But the would-be assassin kept hold of his weapon and quickly scrambled back to his feet. Actually knew he had to act fast. He grabbed the ashen face of the girl by the arm and attempted to drag her away.
This way!
He shouted. She just stared at him, uncomprehending, trembling like a startled animal.
Come on, run!
Finally, the girl snapped out of her daze and gave a fearful nod. The police box, let's go, or let's just get out of here. What do you think?
Get out of here.
Police box.
Police box. Right.
Alright,
Yes, it is.
yeah, let's go to TARDIS.
The police box. Let's go!
Still pulling... Oh,
Let me guess.
Got it?
I'll get it.
still pulling the girl by the hand, actually head of the police box outside the train station. But we'll get to the ending and then we'll stop.
Cool.
But it was empty. There was always policemen stopping these things. Why didn't it have to be a man now? Archie flashed a worried glance behind him and saw the assassin in pursuit like a man possessed. Yikes, this is not good. Heyo.
How are you doing?
Doing good?
It is.
We're playing a funny game. They're cold.
Well, in here it's quite warm.
Yeah, and here it's warm.
Good.
But we'll get to this is a game where there's frequent bad ends. So we'll get to the end. We'll get to an end on here, and then we'll pick something else. Now you guys are here.
Where you accidentally pick all of the right decisions and end up losing.
This game is called 4 to 8 Shibuya Scramble.
Oh, let them get in, Ollie.
Alright. But
How are you guys?
But yeah, it's called 4 to 8 Shibuya Scramble, and it's like a weird full motion video game. It's like choose your path visual novel. It's quite fun.
It's hilarious.
But yeah, we're playing this for about an hour. The next game we'll do, or side by side, probably Jackbox, because there's 5 of us, and that's always a fun one. I also got. How long do you guys have?
At least till 11, right?
Cool, because I got a game.
Just as up earlier than me.
I got a game especially because you guys were coming, which is the Rick and Morty VR game. Yeah. So that's something we'll do after about like an hour of Jackbox.
Where's the camera?
Yeah, that's the camera.
What time is it now? What time is it now?
It is nearly 9:15.
Okay. So. Yikes, this is not good. Oh, there's nothing we can do but run. Oh wait, I'm the wrong character. The frightened girl in tow actually ran beneath the JR Yamamoto Land railway overpass. A railway loop that services the Tokyo metropolis. Typically the morning rush is quite intense, but straight from Unano Station to the breakfast some
Hold on, Ollie, I'm repeating it. The frightened girl in tow actually ran beneath the JR Yamanote Line railway. Ollie, can you move your head back?
Wait, don't worry, just trust me. Oh, it's the wrong character.
Don't worry, just trust me.
He told her.
But first,
They sped past a convenience store where an employee was cleaning up the sidewalk.
Yeah. That.
here,
I know.
take this, will you?
Actually tossed over a bag of trash. Huh? Wait, what?
This way.
They slipped through the crowd and into the nearby back alley. But,
Ollie,
yeah.
did you click police box?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's weird.
Click police box?
Yeah, it's weird.
It feels like you chose a voice to start with, and now you have to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
But like his internal monologue is like really rough.
Yeah.
He thinks he's really cool.
Oh.
But this way's a dead end.
The girl said breathlessly.
Like I said, just trust me.
Stopping abruptly, actually kicked down a wooden plank covering a gap between the two buildings, clearing a space a person could fit through.
See? We can get away from here. In you go.
There you go.
But the girl just stood there looking terrified.
What's the matter? Come on, we gotta hurry.
But I...
She looked at him as if he too was about to pull a gun on her. He could hardly blame her. After all, he was just some random guy who had turned up out of nowhere. But this was no time for dawdling. The man with a cane appeared at the end of the alley. If he just stood there, he was going to catch them.
Okay, sweetheart, hear me out.
He said in a rush.
My name's Atieno. I live in the neighborhood and I'm not the kind to stand idly by while we don't get chased by some killer.
He doesn't look very Japanese, does
So,
he?
please, trust me. And I'll do my best to keep you safe.
He hoped the look in his eyes could convince her he was being on the level.
On the level.
After a painfully long moment, the girl nodded her acceptance. Phew.
Right, let's start with this.
They had paused with an enormous stack of beverage crates, which a quick shove actually knocked the whole pile down, sending it cascading across their pursuer's path.
Now that's what the coast called, huh?
The man at the cane was floundering, struggling to get past the fallen crates.
My bad, man.
Actually called out.
I'm cleaning it up for me.
This guy's obsessed with like recycling and trash.
And trash. It's hilarious.
The man scowled back at him and fumbled for his gun. Actually flashed him a wave goodbye and slipped between the building with the girl.
Nailed it.
We got a good end?
I think
We
we
don't
can
get a
end.
good end,
It
we just
wouldn't
get bad
end,
ends, don't we?
Yeah, we've had
Hurry.
dead ends.
Hurrying down a narrow alley, they emerged to a side street lined with dive bars and clubs. Assuming the man with the cane hadn't given up, he'd probably lie in wait on the path back to the main road. Actually decided my best bet was to try and stay inconspicuous rather than risk getting caught on the move.
Guess we can lie low here for a bit.
He said. He led the girl to the entrance of a tiny old hostess club.
Oh.
She followed him reluctantly. Log lady.
Oh, those sexy log ladies.
Archie flickered the switch outside the front door and a chintzy chandelier glowed to life. He sat the girl down on the small sofa beside the counter. She gave him a worried look. Archie felt a pang of embarrassment as he realised what she must be thinking.
Oh no, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not going to try any funny business. Someone I know used to run this place. It's not in business anymore, so I think you were safe here.
The girl
Isn't
chuckled
this log lane shutting down?
as evident discomfort.
All right then,
She said.
So, we good?
we're good.
Okay, well, good.
Archie made a vague attempt to straighten his disheveled clothes.
So, how about some introductions? I'm Aji Endo, like I said earlier. You can call me Aji.
I'm Hitomi Asawa. You can call me Hitomi, I guess.
With each new word out of Hitomi's mouth, Archie felt his heart sing.
Ah.
She was charming, personal, and just about everything about her was
She
captivating.
said like 3 words to him.
Archie had never met another girl like her in the 5 minutes they've known each other.
Yeah. Archie?
What?
Is something the matter? You were spacing out there for a bit.
Archie shook his head to dispel his daze.
Damn it. This is no time to get all starry-eyed.
He needed to think of some way to keep her safe from the guy who was after her.
He's sitting back with the
What a cool dude.
Look, can you tell me what the heck is going on? Please, I need to know if I'm going to help you.
Right, okay. I'm not really sure where to begin.
Hitomi looked down, lost in thought. Apparently hers was a long story,
All right.
she said at last.
I guess I'll just explain things as they happened.
I wish I had the confidence to sit in chairs like that.
I think I should.
Wait,
Hold up.
could you keep it as simple as you can? I mean, I'm not really the sharpest tool in the shed.
Uh-oh.
Aw.
Complicated explanations ain't exactly my strong suit.
Aw. Okay,
Hitomi chuckled.
I'll try my best.
She got comfortable and started her story.
Oh. So, last night, somebody abducted my sister. The kidnapper demanded that I make the ransom handoff personally. He told me to stand by the statue of Hachiko in Shibuya at 10 o'clock in the morning to make the exchange. So I did. Oh God!
It did that. I didn't skip. It did that by itself.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold up a sec. Sorry.
Actually, it suddenly lost the thread of the conversation. Okay, so you can reread it.
Okay.
So it's basically saying like, "Hey, have you missed it?"
Yeah, so I did. And this man came by and took the attaché case with the money. And then afterwards, the other guy with the cane turned up and he pointed the gun at me and...
Also, fun fact: this the guys who make this the same as who made Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
Yeah.
Weirdly.
It's like one of my favourite games of all time.
Oh,
Sam, go. What's up, Sam?
The code name.
Ah!
Wait, that was so enthusiastic.
Could you say that again? But like, simple?
Sure.
I'm just having trouble following is all. I mean, is this the plot of some movie or soap opera?
not a game.
No, that's not...
Or some kind of hidden camera show?
This is real. This really happened.
The look in Tommy's eyes was dead serious,
She's got to be telling the truth. What would be the point in lying?
and they'd seen the attaché case and the gunman himself.
How much was the ransom, if you don't mind my asking?
Hitomi hesitated.
50 million yen.
She said after a moment. Actually gave a whistle of amazement.
The detectives told me that was a typical amount for a kidnapper to ask for.
It's plenty, that's for sure. I guess there's good money in that sort of thing.
Don't get any ideas, actually.
It comes up like a save thing when it's saved, so once that comes up, will stop.
Yeah.
As soon as the words were out, I realised it's actually realised his blunder.
Sorry, I shouldn't have put it that way.
He fidgeted awkwardly and Hitomi looked away.
I'm an idiot, but okay, I think I get this kidnapping thing. So, I'm guessing those guys who chased the guy who took the ransom weren't a couple of cops?
He replayed the scene in his head.
But then, the kidnapper took the attaché case and ran, right? So if you were empty-handed, why'd that guy with the cane come after you?
I'm honestly not sure. I just...
Hitomi's words trailed off, which was clearly difficult for her to talk about.
Anyway, we should probably get you to the police as soon as we...
No, we can't do that.
Hitomi's tone was resolute.
I can't take this to the police.
Why not?
It's really with the police.
Actually waited for an answer, but none came. After a long and awkward silence, she stood up from her seat.
There you go.
There you go, saved. Okay, so we'll stop this for now. End the stream here. The next one will start in a second.
That was a good game.
Yeah.
I spent 2 seconds on it. I woke up and went, cool.